Welcome everybody to Indivisible TX Lege Live. This is Monday, October 19th, 2020. And as you'll see above my shoulder, we are encouraging everybody to make sure that they are voting. So if you're seeing this and the polls have already closed for today, vote tomorrow, or if you see this tomorrow, vote whenever you see this when the polls are open. And over 4 million Texans have voted as of yesterday, 10/18. And so that is an amazing number for the first week of early voting, and we have 2 more weeks to go. So with Monday being the start of the new week, we definitely want to highlight different actions and provide different information for all of you out there. So let's go to our website, indivisibletextlege.org, to start off. And with that plan to vote, we want everybody to make sure that they have all of their questions answered before they head to the polls. And so on our main page, you'll see what's your voting plan? And these are a bunch of questions that you can look through and make sure that you have answers for yourself. And that way you are prepared as much as possible. There's a lot of other resources also that we want to highlight to help you be prepared. But first, since it's a new week and we have a new newsletter out, we're going to navigate to that space on our website. So if you want to get our newsletters in your inbox, you can subscribe to our mailing list. This is available on every page of our website. You click on the green envelope and the newsletter will come to you every time we send it out. And so we always want to thank Marika, our Indivisible TX Lege organizer down in Houston, who really takes on the challenge of getting this produced and out to everybody so they have weekly actions. So let's take a look. Texas is definitely turning out. Over 4 million votes have been counted in Texas. And if we go to this link, it'll take you to the Texas Tribune, where they're highlighting the 10 largest counties in Texas in terms of voter registrations. And you can see the turnout that is happening in each of these counties, which so far is looking like we're on pace for a historic voter turnout for this election cycle. The key to make that happen is that everyone has to keep getting out to vote and keep encouraging their families, friends, and communities to get out to vote. So that is a resource that you can check out from our newsletter. And in terms of actions, we want to make sure that there's a couple of key things people are looking to get involved with. And that number one is protect the freshmen. So we know that there's 17 Texas House seats that have a chance of flipping based on how well they did in 2018. They lost by very small margins. And so we need 9 seats to flip the Texas House. But if any of the freshmen or any other Democratic seats are lost, then we need new seats to be able to be won in order for that flip to happen. And so the number can change come election night. So we want to make sure that you are doing everything you can to help protect the freshmen. There's a great resource from Reform Austin that's providing information as of earlier this month. So on 10/8, I believe, let's see, they were taking a look at data, and here in 22 districts as of October 8th, Democrats led in 11 of the 17 Republican held districts. And that's good news, but we need to make sure that when we see polls like this, that we don't get too comfortable because polling is just checking at that particular point in time. In-person early voting hadn't started yet. And so as people are voting and we see the numbers that are voting and there's additional polls that are being done, you know, this outlook can change. And so the best thing we can do to try to make this a reality come the end of election night on November 3rd is to get out and vote. So also, if you want to volunteer or donate, there's 3 key freshmen that we're highlighting here that you can check out their websites and you can sign up to volunteer or donate to help them get across the finish line and to make sure that they're able to stay in the Texas legislature and be a part of the Texas House flipping, which is our goal to happen for this election cycle. Number 2, report problems at the polls. We want to make sure that everybody knows their rights, and ACLU has a great graphic here that we have linked in our post. So voter intimidation is illegal and unlikely, but this is what it looks like and what you can report. And so it has a breakdown of information. And if you need to report anything, they have a hotline, 1-866-R-VOTE. And so we want to make sure that everybody is able to vote without intimidation and are able to cast their ballots. You can also report to the media. Texas Tribune is partnering with ProPublica to track obstacles in voting in Texas. And so they want to know if there are any problems that are happening. And so this article provides you the information for the email addresses to send your information to, as well as options to text or call or Facebook message. And then you can also just fill it out here on their form. And so if you are aware of any problems happening at your polls, at your voting location, definitely use this resource to let them know. Number 3 is get out the vote. We have 2 weeks left of early voting, all the way till October 30th until election day. But every vote will count. And so a part of helping get out the vote is you can visit our calendar, which we are loading different opportunities for you to engage with getting out the vote and are accumulating things here. New events are popping up, so we will do our best to try to get any new events that are happening onto our calendar. But this is a resource that you can check out. We also want to highlight Powered by People, which is Beto's organization, and have been amazing partners, not only with Indivisible TX Lege, but so many other organizations throughout Texas. They have a lot of events that they have lined up, and you can join any of those. And so help get out the vote. One more opportunity that we want to let everybody know about is Ride Share to Vote is an amazing organization. And we're actually going to talk to a couple of members of their organization later this week to dive in to their efforts a little bit more. But they need help contacting voters so they can book their rides. They offer free rides to the polls. They have new COVID standards because of the pandemic. And so we want to make sure that everybody who needs a ride to the poll has that opportunity. And this is an amazing resource to make that happen. And so more information coming this week, but if you want to volunteer and help them out, they are a great organization as well. Number 4, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us, as well as helping share our Facebook page. So we are doing these live sessions, and we've been doing them for almost a month now. And it's been a great experience to be able to get information out to everybody, as well as to highlight different organizations and different efforts happening throughout the state of Texas. But share that so more people can get this content. It's available for them to watch if they didn't see it live. It's still on our Facebook page. It's still on our YouTube channel, and they can check out the information and the content that we have. Also, if you are interested in joining Indivisible TX Lege and being a part of the organizing team or taking on a role with a huddle, we know everyone's getting out the vote now, but if you want to go ahead and submit your information so that it's available to us, and we go ahead and have your information to reach out to you after the election, if that's the time where you'll be available. It's important for all of us to remember that after this election, the Texas legislature will be right around the corner. And so it'll be another effort where we will need as many people as possible to help ensure that Texans are aware of what's happening during the Texas legislature and they are informed around the bills that are being crafted. And if there's anything that we can do to either talk to legislatures or to rally support or to for or against the bill based on what it's trying to accomplish. So you can join us on our website and we will get you connected, and definitely we can talk through what kind of role you would be interested in taking on. And last but not least, for sure, is take care of yourself. Marika gives some great encouragement around, this year has been exhausting. We've seen all of the references to 2020 and the jokes about this year, which unfortunately they're not all just for humor. It's a way of us trying to just comprehend the way this year has gone. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. There's a lot of work being done out there in Texas for this particular election, but also just trying to help families get food, trying to help families get resources. Students are going to school and they're virtual or they're in person, they're transitioning to in person, and there's just a lot of things that are needed, as well as our healthcare workers who are doing amazing work across the state. And so there's just so much that's been happening this year. This is a great resource from Brene Brown, her podcast around, finding ways to make sure you're taking care of yourself and how to get through the stress cycle that sometimes we feel like we're constantly in. And so a great encouragement for everybody to be able to check that out. We also want to highlight this week, Indivisible TX Lege is having our next phone bank event with Sister District Project. This will be Thursday at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can join a group who's going to do phone banking together. It makes it kind of fun, as we shared yesterday in our live session, that having a group when you're doing phone banking can be very, very rewarding, and just it feels good to be able to talk to people about the experiences that y'all are having on the phone bank event. So check out our Facebook event. You'll be able to join via Zoom and help continue to make calls across the state of Texas for people who haven't quite gotten to the polls yet. And we want to continue to encourage them to do so. So once again, you can go to our newsletter. You can subscribe to our mailing list. You can like us on Facebook and Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then you can also join our efforts by going to join us. We are excited to be working with so many people across Texas, so many organizations, and we'd love to have you come aboard. Definitely share everything that you can with everything that we're trying to provide. And if you have any questions, or if you want to share your enthusiasm around all of the amazing voting that has been happening, let us know in the comments. We look forward to seeing the results on November 3rd and getting to that next step, which is the Texas legislature for 2021. Hope everybody has a great Monday and has a great start to their week.